Sigma males know that there is no cutting corners when it comes to life. No matter how hard things get, no matter how impossible those around them believe their goals or ambitions to be, Sigma males are single-minded and focused in their approach to life and know that in the end, it all comes down to them and the choices they make. The only way to achieve this is through constant growth, and Sigmas from the moment they realize this, become absolutely dedicated to the art of self-improvement. Let's take a look at how Sigma males become masters of their own fate through 5 exercises. Be sure to stick around until the end to see how these exercises can change your life. Number 5. Develop the courage to change. When it comes to the average person, probably the greatest factor holding them back from growing and improving themselves is simply fear. Creating meaningful change in life requires true reflection and honesty with oneself. Many men are too afraid to turn a mirror on themselves and truly and honestly reflect on who they are and what it is they want. Being afraid to confront one's own reality can then become somewhat of a vicious cycle, as a man descends further and further into behaviors and habits that he deep down knows or wishes he could change, but has spent so long doing that he cannot face. The first step towards overcoming this barrier to growth is to develop the courage to have honest self-reflection. Sigmas are not afraid of facing judgment at their own hands, as they know it is the only way to move forward on their personal journey. The reason for their courage is tied to their relationship with the world around them. Sigmas are lone wolves in society, and they are not easily affected by the thoughts or judgments of others. They don't care about what others think about them as long as they themselves know they are headed in a direction that they consider to be progress. John Lennon once said, "Trying to please everybody is impossible. If you did that, you'd end up in the middle with nobody liking you. You've just got to make the decision about what you think is your best and do it." And Sigma males live by this idea, holding themselves to the standards that he and he alone finds worthy and ridding himself of the fear of what others will think. Sigma males also find their courage in the admission of ignorance. They embrace ignorance as the best starting point for any growth. The ancient Greek philosopher Socrates revolutionized the future of Greek philosophy with the simple statement, "The only thing I know is that I know nothing." It is only when we surrender ourselves to an admission of ignorance can we begin the journey to rectify that ignorance. Sigmas know that if they wish to master something in life, they will have to be somewhat bad at it at first. Instead of seeing an initial lack of skill or ability as something to be ashamed of, they embrace it as the first step in a journey to growth and self-improvement. This courage is then only aided by the fact that Sigma males do not factor those around them into their decisions to try something new. They're not afraid of others being better than them at something if they know that they themselves are progressing in the direction that they want to. There's a saying that urges, "Don't compare yourself to someone else. Compare yourself to your yesterday's self." And this attitude lies at the heart of the Sigma male's courage. He is so focused on himself and being the beginning and end-all of change and growth in his life that there is simply no room for factoring others into the equation. The journey of a Sigma male throughout his life is his and his alone. Number 4. Take growth one step at a time. There's great value to the saying, "Patience is a virtue." Nothing great was ever achieved in an instant, and Sigma males know that true value is created from long-term, concentrated efforts. Sigmas view the art of self-improvement as a never-ending process. They are goal-orientated but not goal-obsessed. To a Sigma male, his goals act more like a torch that leads the way to a constantly improving self, rather than a destination he is expecting to arrive at. Sigma males take life one day at a time, making sure that they make each day count and build on their progress from the day before. They take a stoic approach to their self-improvement, making sure that each day is better than the last. The changes they make on a day-to-day basis don't have to be drastic or life-changing. As long as they are moving in the right direction, Sigma males can be content with themselves with their progress. Taking this incremental approach is the only way to experience long-term, lasting growth. This requires breaking life down into its individual components and approaching self-improvement action by action. Sigmas know that it's simply a waste of time to expect one day to suddenly wake up a changed man, and that small steps are far more likely to contribute to change that lasts than a complete overhaul attempt all at once. The fact that you can't go back and change the beginning, but you can start where you are and change the ending, is what keeps the Sigma's eyes focused firmly ahead on his growth. Number 3. Reflecting with rationality. Sigma males are known for their free thinking and their ability to walk their own path in life. This is because they are able to detach themselves from the norms and expectations of the society around them and consider their value of actions in a more objective and honest light. They are naturally independent in their thought and they reject all dogma. That frees them from making changes in their life on account of outside pressure. They have the ability to imagine an objective third-person perspective free of all dogmatic thought based on societal expectations, and then they base their self-reflection on what judgment such an observer would make of them. Sigmas think to themselves, what would someone think of me as I truly am, without religion, ideology, or personal expectations as the lens through which they see me. And this line of thinking is aided by the fact that Sigma males are highly analytical thinkers and are able to approach their personal growth from a rational perspective, rooted in honest and objective self-reflection as opposed to emotion or ego. And while this approach comes naturally to Sigmas, trying to think of oneself from the perspective of an objective outsider is a powerful exercise for self-improvement that can be implemented by anyone. Number 2. Commitment and dedication. Pretty much everyone in life has some desire to improve themselves and become a better person. So why do so many people see themselves never achieving the growth they set out to? Think of all the people who each year set for themselves a fresh new set of New Year's resolutions, only to end up setting the exact same resolutions the next new year that comes around. It's not that these people don't have the desire to grow and make positive changes in their lives, but something is stopping them from manifesting this into reality. Why is this the case? Well, the major reason that people end up setting the same goals for self-improvement over and over again is a lack of commitment and dedication to the targets that they set for themselves. They take one step forward and 2 steps back, and ultimately find themselves pretty much exactly where they started off. Sigma males have a steely resolve towards their self-improvement and growth and take on every challenge with a sense of utmost commitment and dedication. They are not ones to bother with superficial promises, and when they identify an area of their lives that they wish to change, they are serious about it. They'll dedicate all of their energy to making this a reality and don't let challenges or difficulties break their will and determination. They know that the only way to get to where they want is to pick themselves up and dust themselves off every time they get knocked down. Dedication and perseverance in the face of difficulty is a difficult practice to master, but even beginning on the smallest level in day-to-day life can be a powerful exercise to aid in self-improvement and growth. And before we move on to the number 1 Sigma male exercise for mastering the art of self-improvement, please take a moment to head down below and hit the like button if you're enjoying the video so far. It really helps us to grow the channel and it enables more of the Bloke Box lifestyle videos you guys like the most. Now on to the final exercise for changing your life. Number 1. Asking yourself difficult questions. Perhaps the most effective of all Sigma practices for self-improvement and growth is the ability to ask himself difficult questions and answer them with honesty. Questions such as, what did I do today that I wish I had done differently? And what in my life is holding me back from the things I strive to achieve are often difficult questions to answer. But the deeply reflective and analytical mind of the Sigma male means that he actually relishes digging deep into the meat of these questions and is not afraid of answering them with honesty. Only with true honest answers to these questions does it become possible for a Sigma male to understand exactly what the changes he wishes to make in his life are. He practices translating these answers into targets for his personal growth, and this forms the compass to his constant self-improvement throughout life. These 5 exercises are commonly practiced by Sigma males and are what enables them to live lives of constant growth and change. but in truth, they can be harnessed by anyone seeking to make positive adjustments to both their inner selves and the circumstances that surround them. How do you approach your self-improvement in life? Feel free to share your insights in the comment section for a chance to have your comment pinned. And if you gained something positive from this video, be sure to give it a like and hit the subscribe button. Plus, don't forget to check out the rest of the channel for more videos on how to harness the power of self-improvement.